And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Two Goalies, One Mic, an impromptu episode of Two Goalies, One Mic. Of course, as always, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, get to Fatty Beer. Let them know we sent you over here at Two Goalies, One Mic. Especially upcoming, with the Sabres and how well they've been playing. No better place to go, honestly, for just vibes than Fatty Beer Company. Absolutely, always have a great time. Great beers on tap. Great food menu. Very simple food menu. Couldn't suggest more of their chicken sandwich. Shout out to our sponsors, Extreme Discount Mattress, with Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds featuring the cool gel memory foam. The two-sided mattresses, Tele Latex, Organic Mattress, Chadwin Wells, and Scott Living, all for 1/3 to half the supposed sale prices anywhere. So stop in at any of their 7 locations across Western New York, or check out their website, extrememattress.com. That is extreme with an X. If you're looking for more savings, you can check out their new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga, up to 80% off their already low prices. You can save a fortune on one-of-a-kinds, closeouts, and floor samples. Get a quality mattress for literally pennies on the dollar. Extreme Discount Mattress. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. And remember, if you tell them you're a fan of Two Goalies, One Mic, you get yourself a free mattress protector with the purchase of any mattress. So make sure you mention that you're a fan and get yourself a free mattress protector to match your mattress from Extreme Discount Mattress. And Impulse Physical Therapy of Western New York, located at 5087 Broadway, Suite 100 in Depew, New York, right next to DNL Plaza and Catalyst Fitness. Actually, in the same plaza as Catalyst Fitness. You can't express it enough. 5-star facilities, 5-star staff. They are currently in the midst of helping me rehab a severely broken leg that I had last year, actually a little bit over a year ago now. So hopefully I can get back on the ice. So whether you're dealing with a sports-related injury on the field or on the ice, whether you're dealing with a work-related injury, slip and fall, whatever it might be, make sure you check them out. Impulse Physical Therapy of Western New York. Let them know again that we sent you. You get yourself a $77 discounted assessment. So I am waiting currently right now from the Daily Faceoff, Jonny Lazarus, to discuss the huge news of the day that's broke over the last couple hours, originally from Darren Drager, that Colton Parayko, the 32-year-old right-handed shot defenseman, Stanley Cup winning defenseman, a guy who, is, in my opinion, still a very, very good defenseman. There is a pending trade for him to Buffalo from the St. Louis Blues. That includes a first-round draft pick, assuming that's in this next draft, which will be in Buffalo, and last year's first-round draft pick, right-handed shot defenseman Radim Murtka. I've seen a very split reaction amongst fans right now in terms of this deal. I think that personally for me, I think this makes the team better now. I am for it. I know there are accounts out there that aren't very partial on the deal, and I personally don't really understand why. Like, I get it seems like a lot, and maybe it is a lot. Sure, it very well could be. But I am not going to sit here. This team is ready to win now. In my opinion, I'm kind of done waiting around for guys to develop 3-4 years down the line. Because realistically, if that is probably a development plan. Okay, at the very earliest, we're going to say 2 seasons, right? Radim Murtka would be in the NHL not in AHL next year. Maybe he gets a few NHL games. The very earliest 2 years, probably 3, even 4. He's drafted at 18 years old. Especially with the youth on this team, the top 4 defensemen you currently have locked up. I know Bowenbarm is on a much shorter term deal than everybody else, but I just don't see the point in, I don't see the point in waiting that long to hopefully this guy, and everybody knows I'm very bullish on Radim Murtka, and I'll get into that more later. We are going to be joined here now. Let me, as soon as I bring up the new overlay, from Jonny Lazarus from the Daily Faceoff, who is currently walking the streets of New York City. Johnny, can you hear me?
I got you, but let me just check one thing. One headphone isn't working, so I'm gonna have to just.
Yeah, you're coming in a little low. The volume's a little low for me, bud.
How about now? Any better?
Still pretty low. I'm not sure how it is for everybody else. Maybe hold on. Try talking now.
Should I get out and try to rejoin?
No, you're good.
Oh,
I think my volume on my laptop was just low. That's pretty much what it was.
Sounds way better now.
Yeah. So, Johnny, when I asked you about an hour ago to come on, you said, it's date night, but got to get on Two Goalies, One Mike, walking the streets. Yes. I did tell you April 8th, I will be in New York City, Sabres versus Rangers. I hope you're willing to put me up for a night.
Sure.
I'm kidding, buddy. I'm kidding. Wow, man. You could have at least, Johnny, said yes and then offline been like, hey, bud.
I've never been pitched that before, so I didn't know what to say, honestly. I was caught off guard. But what's going on with this trade?
Totally kidding.
I was just doing – no, I know. I was messing with you. I was just doing an interview, though, so I didn't see what's been going on Twitter. Is the trade not done or not happening? Like, I just got a text.
I don't know, because I was just wondering about you, because I know – didn't you guys just have Andy Strickland on?
Yeah, and Andy's, like, as well connected as it gets in St. Louis. It was him who tweeted that it's premature. Was that Andy?
Yeah, apparently – it was premature. They're still waiting to see if Parayko will waive his no trade clause. I mean, if you're St. Louis, I on Sabres Twitter, the reaction to this has been very split. I'm personally in favor of the trade. It makes you a better team now. It makes you a better team for the next 2 to 3 years. We don't know the details. There could be salary retention, which I think would make it easier for Sabres fans to stomach. But Parayko, who's spent his entire career in St. Louis, I'm pretty sure he probably has his roots there. He's settled, right? So I don't know. Andy doesn't seem to be very confident that he would waive his no trade clause.
And he makes a little over what, $6 million?
6.5, yeah, per.
Yeah, 6.5. I mean, as far as I'm concerned in this trade, I don't. It's Murka. Is that how you pronounce it?
Redeem Murka, and I think he's going to be a stud, but that's also 3 to 4 years down the line.
Yeah, but he's basically what? He's 6'6", right-handed shot defensive, right? Like he is Colton Parayko basically.
Correct. Yeah, you know what I mean. Younger. You hope that Redeem Murka turns into Colton Parayko. We'll say that.
Yeah. So if you are the Sabres, and again, right now the Sabres need to build the momentum from this little rebrand they've had and make Buffalo an attractive place for people to want to come. So if it takes Colton Parayko to do that and you have to move on from a first-round pick and your 9th overall pick, he was 9th, right? 9th overall pick from this past year.
I believe it was 8 or 9. I want to say it was 8 or 9. Somebody in the chat maybe correct us on that, but 8 or 9,
either way, top 10 pick. Buffalo needs to get in everyone's good graces, right? They've been the butt of the joke for 10 years. So right now, while they're the hottest team in the NHL going back almost 3 months, to me, it seems like a no-brainer to do whatever you can to make this team better. And with Parayko on their blue line, he'd probably play with who? It'd be Samuelson with Dahlin, Parayko,
it'd probably be
Byram.
Power with Parayko, or
Power with Parayko.
Or either it'll be either Power with Parayko, or I mean, I don't know if I can possibly see Parayko.
Hasn't Power played his offside? Hasn't Power played his offside?
We have. I think we have 2 left-handed defensemen currently playing on the second pairing.
Got it. So I'm sure you'd slide Parayko in there. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I maybe it's Kesselring and who's also a right-handed shot defenseman.
Yeah.
I know Kesselring's been literally hurt all season. We haven't Metza, we have not seen in my opinion a healthy Kesselring who play at his full capability. So I mean I almost kind of chalk this up as almost a lost year for him because he has not been healthy. We know we've been through this with Samuelson now for 2 years, and look how it's turned out with him. But
he's a beast. He's so good.
He is. I agree. He was a beast. He was a beast at the World Championships. He was great with Utah, in my opinion. So I am not ready to give up.
Oh no, I'm saying Samuelson. I was saying Samuelson.
Oh, Samuelson. Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
still, would you agree that Kesselring has a lot of upside?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Okay. Your thoughts on Colton Parayko, the defenseman that we've all watched now for 10 plus seasons in St. Louis, the guy who was integral in the Stanley Cup that St. Louis won in 2019. Yeah. Your thoughts on what he brings? Is he a physical guy, or is he more, will use his body when he needs to?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say it's the Colton Parayko in 2019, right? Like we're 7 years removed from like that. That's a 25-year-old Parayko, because I think he is 32. But what I think Buffalo is getting, again, correct me if I'm wrong, Duane, you watch every game, but from what I've seen from the Sabres, they have guys who can score, but they're still getting outplayed a decent amount of the time, and they're getting bailed out by UPL and Alex Lyon. Those two guys have been on a tear. I mean, I'm not saying they're getting outplayed drastically, but I think to bolster up their blue line, if you're getting goals, you're fine. But if you also are hard to play against because your defensemen are big pieces of shit who just beat the crap out of you, like Colton Parayko does to a guy in front of the net, if you're playing against a heavy team, Parayko is going to be the guy cross-checking someone in front, boxing out, making sure no one gets to UPL or Alex Lyon. And I think that's what Buffalo needs a lot of. I don't think the guys in the back end are overly physical. Rasmus Dahlin, if he's angry and mean, he could throw a big hit. Owen Power's not as physical for how big he is. Byron's not that physical. Samuelson is a beast. Samuelson is physical and he plays the game super hard. But and Kesselring, you could say that about too. Metz is a little bit smaller. I think you need bigger, angrier, meaner guys on your roster if you're Buffalo for a playoff series. Which so to me, again, Parayko's the perfect guy. I saw I think the initial takes that I saw when the trade, quote unquote, happened or first got leaked. Everyone was like, "Is Buffalo now a top blue line in the league?" And I was like, "Come on!" But then I was like, "Wait, maybe they are." Honestly, I think the world of Rasmus Dahlin. I think the world of Bowen Byram, even though he's a little bit more inconsistent. Owen Power still, to me, has a lot to prove, just because the number one overall pick thing is still going to be tagged in for a little bit. But Mattias Samuelsson has really, when that Ranger game where Buffalo spanked us early January, I thought Samuelsson was unbelievable. And not just because he scored that shorthanded short side goal, but on the defensive side of the puck, no one was able to get around him.
He just boxes everybody out. He's just a big piece of meat, dude. You hit him and you fall over. Yeah.
And now you add Parayko to that mix. The Sabres are a hard team to play against, and that's all you want come playoff time. I still think they need maybe one more elite scorer, because if you shut down Tuck and Tage, it's hard to say where you're getting the goals from. Right? I mean, you would know better than me, though. That's just from the games I've watched.
Well, Josh Norris healthy, he scored. He's been a point per game player for them, but that's a big point. That's a big that disclaimer when healthy. Can he stay healthy? He hasn't been able to stay healthy already. This season. Zach Benson, who's dealt with his injuries, he's contributed quite a bit. Maybe not from a goal aspect, but he is constantly in and around the net, making plays, making it hard on the goalie in front of the net. In terms of other players that have been scoring from Jason Zucker, he's been a little inconsistent, but he's doing his part. Alex Tuck, he's on pace for another 30-goal season. That's another.
I was wrong, by the way. I owe you an apology, I think. I think we talked about Tuck being a $10 million player earlier in the year. Yeah. And I think I said no way he reaches 10, but I might have to backtrack that.
You did say that. You did. I remember.
I might have to backtrack that. That one, because what did Kempe get?
Kempe got 10.6.
10.5.
10.6, something like that. Yeah.
Tuck's production is kind of right around there.
It's almost identical.
I think Kempe's probably got more points. But Tuck's definitely not far off.
I'll tell you right in 1 second. Adrian Kempe, honestly, it's kind of crazy. He has been, when talking about the Tuck contract, he has been, because they're the same age. Their stats last season were identical. They kind of play the same type of game. That has been kind of the measuring stick for a Tuck contract. And Adrian Kempe this season, he has 50 points in 60 games. I'm willing to venture to guess give me 1 second, I'll look it up. But Alex Tuck is probably on. But fans are also worried that, like, if you make a deal like this without salary retention, that might prevent you from bringing Tuck back in the offseason.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would have a hard time thinking Alex Tuck leaves after playing playoff hockey in Buffalo.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
52 points in 60 games, so legitimately identical
Yeah,
numbers.
right there. Yeah. No, yeah. Like I forgot what the initial like conversation was about with Tuck, but I can't imagine him going anywhere else now. I don't know. He's a great dude too. I actually, fun fact, back in like 2000 and I want to say, what year is it? 2012. 2012.
Mhm.
I was playing in a New York State camp up in Cicero. It's
Yeah.
like the national development like tryout to get to national camp, and Alex Tuck was my line mate for that weekend. I think I had
Really?
like 7 points. I had like 7 points in 3 games. Just fed him the puck. He was so sick. But he was the talk of the town because he was the local guy, was in Cicero. And I was like, oh my god, this guy's going to the NHL. He probably doesn't remember me. I was that bad.
Yeah, he's, I always said this about Tuck. I always thought he was gonna be the captain over Darlene, right from the jump. Like, just because, like, find me a guy who when being traded from the best team in the NHL to legitimately the worst team in the NHL, when he stood up at that podium, he was smiles ear to ear. Like, there's not many guys who would do that. And now that the team is finally, on route to breaking a 14-year playoff drought, I kind of agree with you. Like, I mean, making $9 or $8.5 to $9.5 million in Buffalo, that's a really, really, really good living. So, I mean, hopefully, he comes to his senses and wants to stick around. But yeah, I don't know.
And he's one of those guys who will make money after too. Like, he'll probably
100%.
stick around and work in the organization. Like,
they'll build a statue of Alex Tuck. We'll build a statue of Alex Tuck, especially if they find a way to win.
If they win one playoff game.
Yeah, right. Like, same thing. And we don't even have a statue of Hasek yet at the arena.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's it. You know what I mean? Like,
who are the ones outside? Like, is it
the French Connection?
The French Connection.
Perot,
that's the ones outside. Yeah.
Yeah, Rennie Robert and Rick Martin. Your thoughts on the Robert Thomas stuff yesterday, and do you think the door is completely shut on that yet? Because I've heard mixed reactions that the door may not be shut, and what kind of like the mixed reactions or what the ask from St. Louis was for that, because you heard the name Owen Power thrown a lot. You heard Josh Norris name thrown around. Like, your thoughts on that? I'm just enthused that they were taking big swings like this.
Yeah. Did you see the tweet though? I just retweeted it before. It was like, if this is the return for Parayko, was the return for Thomas ownership of the team?
Yeah, right.
That was so funny.
But like at the same time, like a first round pick, which at this point you're probably looking in at the very best, maybe early 20s. That's a guy, 2, 3, 4 years away from helping your team. And then Radim Merca, which you're loaded on your blue line, your top 4, given if Byram gets another extension on top of the extension you just got, like, you're kind of set there. So is it really like, I just don't understand why fans are so up in arms about it. Like, it's just like, you're adding a Stanley Cup ring to your room, a guy who knows what it takes to get there. The only guy you have in that room that's won a cup is Bowen Byram. And he did it when he was like 22.
Probably younger.
Yeah. Like what are we talking
about? Remember that video of the cops like not even letting him back?
Yeah, they didn't know who
he was a fan. Yeah, that's one of the best
hilarious.
videos ever. But yeah, with Robert Thomas, like I think the world of him. Like, first of all, he's a really nice dude. Obviously not from far away either. So I'm sure I know he's a Canadian kid, but like I'm sure part of him would find it super sick to play at Buffalo. And then on top of that, like, he's a guy who can play the game fast, play the game hard, play the game the right way.
Yeah.
Like, he's a great skater, good vision, good skill. Like, I don't watch a ton of him just this season because St. Louis to me is not like, that's not who I'm turning on to watch. So I haven't like really seen how he's played this year, to be fully transparent. But just knowing what I know about the player, like, he's a stud, and he's a guy at his age, 26 years old. Like, that helps Buffalo not just win this year, but win for the next 3 to 5. Like Buffalo's.
Yeah.
Correct me again if I'm wrong, but the Sabres aren't just trying to like get into the playoffs and have it be like this miraculous thing. We did it. We got back. No, they want to be competitive now. Like, this is just the start of something. Hopefully, you don't want this to be a one-off.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
you go
and
to
you
the
have
first round, you lose in 5, and then you don't make the playoffs next year. Guess what? You're still a joke.
yeah, and Tage Thompson, he's locked up on, honestly, in my opinion, the best contract in all of hockey. For
Is he
I can't
making
remember how
7?
he's making like 7.2, bro.
That's
Like,
insane.
you know what I mean? Like, I would have fired my agent. Like, I don't know how I don't know how. I mean, I know
When
he
did he
probably
sign
wanted,
that, though?
huh?
When did he sign that?
It was right after his breakout 30+ goal
That's
season.
like 22, 23?
Yeah. So like, you're probably, you're looking back, and if you're Tage Thompson, like, man, I probably should have just taken a bridge deal rather than just sign, because he'd be making 10+ right now.
Yeah, but that was
Easy.
like I mean, that was when you're going based off one big season, it's hard. Like, look at the contract Bussy just got too, right? It's tough. Like,
Yeah.
Bussy's been one of the best goalies in the league this year, but when you don't have so much of a track record prior to that, it's tough to get those teams to pay a lot. I mean, I say that, and then the Sabres signed like Samuelson at 7x7 after like 40 games, right?
Yeah. Right.
And I was like, what the hell are they doing with this kid? Like, he's played literally a handful of games. They gave him a 7x7. I mean, I don't know if my numbers are exact, but I remember it being like 40 games in that he got that deal, and everyone was like, this kid hasn't done anything. Like,
Yeah.
why,
I think he made
give
just
him
under
that?
$4 million a year. I think it was for 7. Yeah. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So it was
it's
7 years, but it was 4.
yeah, it wasn't 7 million. No, he's not making
Okay.
that much.
He's worth it now.
I don't know. And Rob Thomas, man, like, do you think, in your opinion, I know Owen Power is having a better year compared to, his previous 3, but like,
Yeah.
do you think adding Owen Power to a Robert Thomas trade is just too much of an overpay for Buffalo? I mean, Rob Thomas is a number 1 center.
Yeah,
In
no,
my
I
opinion.
don't think so. I don't think so, to be honest. And also, St. Louis like needs younger D. Their top 3D right now. I looked at it today. It was like Parayko 32, Falk I think who's like 33, and Fowler who I think is like 34. Those are their top guys. So like they're not getting any younger. St. Louis. I thought I think I said this morning actually, if they trade Parayko, Owen Power's probably the one going back. I wouldn't think.
Yeah, I would think
a
so.
prospect
Like,
in a first rounder. I thought it'd be
unless you're
not
just
a 1-for-1,
unloading
but I
all
thought
your
it'd be a
best
swap.
prospects and picks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And just to clarify, Samuelson signed a AAV 4.2 million that runs through 2029, 2030.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean that deal looks phenomenal now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope that the Robert Thomas stuff is still on the table, especially if this doesn't work out. I'm not sure if Robert Thomas. No, you're good. You're good. I'm not sure if Robert Thomas has a full no trade clause or how that all works. I don't know offhand. Maybe somebody in the chat can let me know. But like, I'm just very happy that like here we are 48 hours away from the trade deadline, and we're actually having legitimate conversations about bringing players like this into Buffalo, which wasn't even an afterthought a couple years, like at the start of the season.
Yeah, as you should. And I'll ask you, even though you're probably going to be a little bit biased, outside of Carolina and Tampa, who's the third best team in the East right now? Because everyone I'm talking to is saying
Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, you're
like I know you mentioned that Buffalo, like, they get bailed, and they do get bailed up by goaltending, but I watch every game, and
who cares?
100%. But like, here's the thing: I really don't think they get dominated that often. I mean, like that game against Tampa,
I didn't mean that as like a stretch.
Oh no, I know. But like, I think that like for the most part, the things that Buffalo struggled with in years past, like, the slow starts, they would be down 2 or 3-0 after the first period, not being able to close out games, or getting leads and giving them up. That has been non-existent for like 90% of the season. And honestly, I think they'd be first in the division right now if it weren't for all the injuries they had in the beginning of the season. Because if you remember, man, like Josh Norris got hurt in the first game of the season. You know what I mean? Like Benson got hurt. Like we were dealing with so many injuries, and Dahlin going through what he's been going through. Given a healthy roster.
I forgot about that.
Huh?
I forgot about the Dahlin stuff too. That's big. He missed a few games.
Yeah, and then if you think about it, the one time they lost to Tampa this year, it was that Jake Gensel breakaway where they did give up a lead. The Jake Gensel breakaway in overtime. I mean, that's a you win that, you get 2 points there. You're leading the division right now.
Yeah, no, it's true. Listen, I'm very happy for you, to be honest.
Oh my God, thank you. This has been, the story, man. This has been
The last 2 years I've been doing my show, you've been writing in Talk Sabres, and I'm like, why? So
yeah, but
I owe you an
you
apology.
always give me the time of day, and I appreciate that.
Always, you're my boy.
Yeah,
always. I'm happy for it, dude. I've been to, when I was going to school at Mercier, so I went to so many Sabres games. Tickets were $12. I'd drive down from Erie, just go watch the game. The Sabres would lose 5-1, and I'd hang out. Like, it was nice.
yeah.
But again, like, when you see what you saw last night, was it last night or 2 nights ago? I'm kind of blanking on. It was last night, right? The game last night
against Vegas. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
last night.
So when you see what is possible there, it's like, I had so many texts today from people just like, dude, like, we should go to a Sabres playoff game. Like, it's gonna be sick. Like, it looks awesome. I was like, dude, I'm down.
Hey, buddy, if you do, I will put you up for a night.
Thank you.
I do have a spare bedroom.
Yeah, no, I am. If I can make it work with my schedule, I would love to get there for a playoff game. That'd be sick.
You honest to God, like all those like the plaza parties you see that happen around the league now for over 10 years, like how Toronto does it. That started in Buffalo, dude, in 05, 06.
Really?
Like, dude. Like if you like, I'll send you a video of the one from 06, 07. We had like almost. I might be
probably against us.
It would have been against the Rangers. It would have been the Fedoganov goal against Lundqvist. But while the game is sold out in the arena, you have like thousands. Like I don't want to say 10,000 people, but I'd say minimum 5,000 people outside the arena watching the game on a giant screen. It was insanity, insane. And I remember a series against like the Senators. This is back in the Danny Heatley, Alfredson, Spezza days, and me and my friends from school, we brought a bunch of like jerseys or whatever it was of like
the shirt jerseys,
and we lit them on fire in the middle of the plaza in the middle of the game.
That's awesome.
We were stupid, but it was, like those started in Buffalo, man, and I can't wait, dude. Like that arena, those walls will shake that first game. I promise you.
Big time.
But where are you going to dinner tonight?
Just dinner with the girlfriend. We were supposed to go out to the Upper East Side, which is like far from my apartment, but we decided I think we're just going to order in. But I'm usually at games, or I got to watch games, or at an event. So Monday night I was at a Ranger game. Last night I had an event, so I haven't seen her. So couldn't take away from our I guess, what do you call it? Well, not one-on-one time, but like quality time. Quality time.
Yeah. Well, dude, you're a fantastic. You're a great analyst. You're a great beat reporter. You're a great human being, and you're a great boyfriend. So
appreciate that. Thanks, Duane.
Yeah, no, I always got your back, Lazzy. Always got your back. Always. And I do. I do expect to see you when I come. I'll probably make a weekend of it. April. I think it's a Thursday. And
you should definitely not have a problem getting tickets. It was empty there on Monday night.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, again, I think we may have secured two tickets through my employer because they do sponsor the Rangers.
Fatty beer?
Actually, I got a sick hat for you with Rangers logos on it too. So I'll have that for you.
Butter me up.
Oh, for sure, dude, for sure. But I think I did secure 2 tickets. Me and remember you met Greg from Fatty Beer.
Yeah, of course.
He was the manager bartender. He's gonna be the guy coming with
a Bills jersey on that day.
Yeah, I was actually looking for that picture when you were talking about this the Sabres the other day, and I couldn't find it. I'm not sure if you have it or I have it, but it was after a Bills loss.
Yeah.
It was Chicklets weekend.
I kind of remember everybody freaking out in the bar. I do have bad news, kind of. I think.
What?
That game's April 8th.
I believe so.
That's a Wednesday night, probably.
Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday.
Frozen 4 is Thursday and Saturday, so I don't know if I'll be here.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I might have to figure that one out. I haven't booked travel yet.
Would you be there on the weekend, though?
No, the game's Thursday and Saturday.
Oh, it's Thursday and Saturday.
Frozen 4, the semifinal game.
We might just make a long weekend of it and like stay from Thursday till Sunday.
If you're there Tuesday, I'll probably be there Tuesday.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah.
But Lazzy, dude, I'm sure I appreciate your time, bud. Do you have any final thoughts on all this, or?
Do I have any final thoughts? Would Buffalo want Trocheck or no?
I would take.
I don't know if
I would take
Trocheck
in a heartbeat. Trocheck in a heartbeat. Yeah? Absolutely.
What would you give up?
I mean, he's just under a point per game, isn't he?
I honestly don't know what his points are this year. He's probably not producing very well. He also missed.
I thought last time I looked, I could have swore that he was points wise, he was like, I'll literally tell you in 5 seconds.
Yeah, tell me. Okay,
not point per game. He's 39 points in 46 games, which isn't horrible.
No, it's not bad. No, not bad at all.
No.
He also missed the first. Well, he got hurt in that game against you guys, second game of the season, and missed 14 straight games. And that was when the Rangers couldn't score a goal. His absence was big.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, he's great in the face-off circle. You know, he's a leader. He has playoff experience. Does he have a cup?
No,
I didn't think so.
But honestly, I feel like he kind of fits the mold of Buffalo. He's from Pittsburgh. It's not that far off.
Yeah, it's pretty close. So I forgot how long he played with Florida too. All right, yeah.
Yeah, he was in Florida for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, consistent 20-goal scorer. I mean, he's oh my God, at least 6 or 7 20-goal seasons, a couple 30-goal, 130-goal season. I would love I love the idea of a guy like him. If you can't go out for a big fish like Robert Thomas, I mean, I think Sabres would very much welcome, Trocheck to this lineup. No doubt.
Great guy too.
Unbelievable depth down the middle, regardless, no matter who you get. If you go get Robert Thomas, I think somebody's moving to the wing, whether it's Tage or it's even Norris. But you go get Trocheck, and your top three centers are Tage, Norris, and Trocheck. I imagine McLeod would move to the wing, but you're doing really well for yourself.
I agree.
So, Johnny, I'll let you go, man. I appreciate the time, bud. You gave us about a half an hour here.
Always.
Thanks your steps
for accompanying me in my walk.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, I don't have too much more to walk, but I appreciate you giving me the time, and hopefully, we can have you on again here soon if we get some more good Sabres news. If you're not busy,
you got it. Thanks, Duane.
Appreciate it. That was Jonny Lazarus from the Daily Faceoff Morning Cup of Hockey. Let me fix my my overlay here. I apologize. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't seen any updates. I mean, it kind of stinks that we were told that this deal was imminent, and guys like Drager and I think even Saravelli flat out said that they foresee him waiving his no trade clause, and now Andy Strickland comes in out of nowhere and says, yeah, it's premature, and he even says he'd have a hard time seeing Parayko waive his no trade clause. So I don't know, man. It's tough as a Sabres fan. Again, I know we're very split down the middle on the thought of Colton Parayko because of the cost, but you don't know. I am very bullish, very, very bullish on Radim Murka. If you've been following me for at least since training camp and development camp, I was gushing over Radim Murka. I think he has the potential to be a stud in this league. But at the end of the day, he's currently still playing in junior. He played a handful of games in the AHL with Rochester. He's probably in Rochester next year, potentially in Rochester the following year. I mean, he was drafted as an 18-year-old. That guy is 3 years away. He's 3 years away from helping your roster now. If the goal is to not just make the playoffs, but get there and win rounds, Colton Parayko helps you now. He helps you now. And I'm sorry for all the people on Twitter who seem to think that this is such an overpay. It's stupid. No, it's not. It just isn't. Especially if St. Louis even retains $2 million of that salary. And then you're only paying Colton fucking Parayko $4.5 million. Again, we're still waiting to find out if he's going to waive, or maybe it's a part of a bigger deal. I don't know. Again, the details have not been coming out. I'm constantly refreshing Twitter here, hoping something pops out. But nothing really as of imminent. And as of 13 minutes ago, Sportsnet, they did interview Elliot Friedman, and he says updates on Mackenzie Weegar. I'm going to listen to this guy, so if you give me the moment here, it's like a 45-second clip. Let's see if what Elliot Friedman has to say here live. Without me getting copyrighted here, if you catch it off my thing. So they're talking right now about Mackenzie Weegar to Utah. They're close on a deal. It looks like it's been getting reported now for a while. And if Elliot's talking about it, it'll probably happen. But Mackenzie Weegar, I believe he's the cousin or nephew of Craig Rivet from After the Whistle. A guy who has been a great defenseman for Calgary and a bad Calgary team now for a couple of years. Go back to when he was with Florida too. He was good there. I'm hoping here that momentarily we find out what's going on here with Colton Parayko, what Elliot Friedman has to say. Again, this was 13 minutes ago. Let's see here. Let's see here.
Meyer's situation was a little bit different because he was scratched and everybody kind of knew that he was thinking about a deal.
Let's see here.
The Parayko's gotten out and the Weegar's gotten out. The Weegar's on me before players had agreed to accept it. And someone called me and was like, "Why is this happening? It should not be happening. Players should not be pressured like this." So I wanted to put that out there.
Okay, let's see here.
Parayko, Buffalo and him, they do have a deal in principle, and they're waiting for Parayko to accept it. Same deal. Now, in St. Louis, Dave,
there is a deal in principle. Again, like we already know.
and told them, guys, we're going to be making changes, and some of you are going to be asked about your clauses. So you better
See here.
in your mind about how you feel, and that's what Parayko's doing.
So it sounds to me like Parayko's deciding if he wants to waive or not. And again, like it's not like it's a rental situation where he's just coming here for 6 months. Like he has term left on that deal. Again, I'll look it up. And that's from Elliot Friedman as of 13 minutes ago. That was tweeted out by Sportsnet. It's not like it's not an easy decision for a guy who has legitimately played his entire career in St. Louis. His entire career, he has been in St. Louis, and he signed on this contract through 2029, 2030 at $6.5 million per, AAV. So, like, I understand that not like a split-second decision that you have 48 hours or less than that to make it. But I can't imagine Jarmo's willing to wait that long. If we can't get that figured out here by tonight, I imagine they'll just move on. But, it looks like, Elliot didn't get into the specifics of the trade, but it sounds like the deal that in principle that is on the table is redeem Mirka with a first-round pick to the Blues for Colton Parayko. And again, like I said here, I just don't, if that is what ends up happening, I just don't understand why people will be so up in arms. Your three right-handed shot defensemen are again, I don't think Duane, I think he just plays on the right side. But Duane, Kesselring, and Colton Parayko are all the three defensemen playing on the right side for you. And I just don't get, like, why are people so up in arms about that? Like, are you kidding me? That's your depth on the right side? I'm pretty sure he plays the right side. Somebody in the chat could correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's Samuelson. But that is insane. And I do agree to Twim 57643. It's really not a lot anymore. It's not. And those deals are, if it doesn't work out and those deals are easy to get out from under. Maybe you got to retain a little bit when you do trade him, but like, it's not like it's a disaster if it doesn't work out. Maybe you make a cup run here or make a playoff run here, maybe next year, and it's still, he's still playing well, but you want to move on. Then you trade him. Then with a year or two left on the deal, you trade him at the deadline. So, like, what are we? Like, we didn't need a defenseman. What do you mean we didn't need a defenseman? That's like, yes, we do. What if one of those guys get hurt? You have Duane and Samuelson playing 20. Like, all of a sudden, Matthias Samuelson is Teflon. The guy who has been notoriously hurt his entire season. And look how much more difficult for your blue line it gets if one of those guys gets hurt. Kesselring has not panned out to be the guy you'd hope you. I mean, Zach Metza is in this lineup right now. Who had Zach Metza playing? How the minutes he's playing right now on this team on their bingo card to start the season. It's so exactly right here. Sabres fans should know that defensive depth is key in the playoffs. We should know firsthand. 05-06. Jay McKee, staph infection. Henrik Taliner, broken arm. Like, come on. That's the best blue line in the league if you add Colton Parayko. And you could still, and this is 48 hours, you could still make other moves. Yarmo isn't going to make that trade and still not add more players. So I don't know. Maybe the Rob Thomas thing. Maybe it's Vinny Trocheck. Obviously you'd like some more consistency on the power play, but I don't know, man. I don't want to think back. I think back to 05-06 and how thin we were on the blue line and how we were a staph infection away from winning a Stanley Cup, because there's no doubt in my mind, or probably any of your minds who watched it happen in real time, that if the Sabres got past Carolina, they would win the cup. They would have absolutely steamrolled Edmonton. Yeah, I'm just in favor of it. I'm in favor of it. Fuck it. Let's go for it. Why the fuck not? We've been sitting on assets for so many, all throughout essentially the Kevin Adams tenure. We sit on our assets and don't do anything with them. You finally did something with the Matt Savoy and McLeod deal, and it worked out in your favor. So, yes, turn these assets into players now. Do I wish Colton Parayko was a little younger? Yeah, I do. Absolutely. But he's not. But you know what? He's won a Stanley Cup. He's been on multiple playoff runs. He was one of the captains for Team Canada in the Olympics this year. He knows how to play in high pressure situations. You want to know what I would do with Colton Parayko? Night one, his locker is right in between Owen Power and Michael Kesselring. And get that guy to rub his, to instill his knowledge on those two guys as much as he possibly can. So, I don't know, man. I'm all in for it. Like, let's go. And hopefully it's not the last move you make. So, I just want to throw it back to our sponsors again. Shout out again to Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, get over to Fatty Beer. Let them know we sent you from Two Goalies, One Mike. Extreme discount mattress with 7 different Western New York locations. They give you quality mattresses for literally pennies on the dollar. Extreme discount mattresses. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. And remember, if you mention that you're a fan of Two Goalies, One Mike, you get yourself a free mattress protector with any purchase of a mattress. You also check out their new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga with up to 80% off of their already smoking hot deals like one of a kinds, closeouts, and floor models. So check them out. And again, let them know we sent you. And of course, Impulse Physical Therapy of Western New York. Hey, Western New York, it's time to ditch the physical therapy clinics that treat you like you are just another number and step into a world where you are at the center of your care. Impulse is owned by Buffalo's only board certified sports physical therapist. We work one-on-one using science-backed technology like 3D motion analysis and force plates to help you exceed your goals and become the healthiest and strongest version of yourself. So come experience the Impulse difference today and mention this for a discounted $77 assessment visit. Again, 5-star facilities, 5-star staff. Again, I couldn't express enough. They're located at 5087 5087 Broadway, Suite 100 in Depew, New York. Make sure you check them out. And again, let them know that we sent you for a discounted $77 assessment. Maybe you need some sports testing done for some type of sports combine. Maybe you're looking to get scouted. They do that stuff there too. So get all your measurements done, whatnot. Again, the facility is fantastic. My final thoughts are this. I think it's whether this happens or not, maybe Colton Parayko doesn't waive. I think it's refreshing as a Sabres fan to know that Jarmo is out there willing to take big swings right now. And here's the thing. If this doesn't work out and we don't get Colton Parayko, he's back on the phones looking for the next big fish. So for me, sign me up all day. Let's go. And I am very confident that if this doesn't work out, something's going to get done. Absolutely something's going to get done. So we'll see what happens. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please, if you're not already subscribe. I see a lot of you watching on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you like this video. Share it. You can follow me at Duane S39. You can follow the podcast at 2 Goalies 1 Mike. We are available on audio for audio only on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure you give us a good rating too. I appreciate it. 5-star rating. Leave us a review. And if you're watching on YouTube, smash that like button. Press the subscribe button. Little bell icon. Get notified. Turn those notifications on. Really appreciate it. If anything does happen, I can promise you I will go live. If I'm awake, it happens at 1 a.m. Guess what? I'm going live. So we'll talk to you guys later. Actually, there's a few more comments in here. Appreciate the passion, Duane. I appreciate you guys. Go Sabres, and I'll talk to you guys later. And hopefully we get some good news here soon. See you then.